Hi everybody, it's Dave here. Welcome, hope you're having a good day and hope you have a good week. Well, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to show you my unboxing of my newest camera. In just a minute, I'm going to show you when I unboxed it. But I'm also going to share some footage that I've been taking with it and tell you a little bit about it and why I'm so excited about this. If you like this kind of video, please hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell on the side so you'll be notified when I put out more videos in the future. So let's get started on unboxing my newest camera, my Insta360 X4. Here we go. For those of us who create content for the outdoors, you're probably like me. I've never really thought about 360 virtual reality videos. GoPro makes the GoPro Max. This is the Insta360, and this happens to be the Insta360 X4, which is the latest model. But these, I believe, are game changers. In just a moment, I'm going to open it up and show you what comes in the box. But first, I want to just talk about why I think these cameras are game changers for the future. I will continue to use the regular cameras that I use when I go out traveling in the RV. I will continue to use my drone. I'll continue to use my GoPro cameras. I'll continue to use my DJI Action 2. I also have a G7 camera, microphones, all of that equipment I will continue to use when I'm out camping or traveling, or even my music channel. I do a lot of videos for my music channel, Digital Doxology. I'll put links down below so you can check them out if you want. But what really got me excited was watching the 360-degree videos that are available on the MetaQuest app and the store. It was just absolutely amazing. That YouTube has some now on YouTube. You look for YouTube videos that are 360 degree or 360 videos. And it's the video where you actually put the VR goggles on and it feels like you are right there. There are videos that take you to Paris, France, in front of the Eiffel Tower. There's videos that take you to the pyramids of Egypt. And I started thinking, how do they record these amazing videos? They're probably using one of these kind of cameras right here. Let me open it up and show you what's in the box. All right, boy, this thing is really tight. The suction's on here really tight. There we go. All right, so there is our camera right there. This is the Insta360 X4. And when you get it in, it's going to come in here on this side. It has some protective covering on the actual screen itself. I believe it is Gorilla Glass from what I've been hearing. There's also lens protectors that cover both lenses. This is one of the things that makes this camera different than a regular GoPro. You have a camera on one side and a camera on the back side, and they record at the same time. That's how you're able to get the 360-degree recordings. When I do get some videos, I will be putting all those 360 videos on this channel, Arizona 360. So I'm just going to, let's see, peel this off. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of protection on there. Let me put that in there, as well as a screen protector. I'm going to leave all these things on there right now and just see what else comes in the box. Think bold. I like that. Think bold. Think bold. Yes, definitely. So it should be a couple of things inside the box here that you get. And there's a couple of things inside here. All right, so what do we got here? It looks like there's some warranty card. It's like a little warranty card. You want to keep that handy so you can go online and get your warranty for your Insta360. Also information about waterproofing. Looks like there's a bunch of other information in there, so save those. Kind of look through them when you get time. One of the first things you want to do when you get a camera, of any camera, whether it's a GoPro or an Insta360 camera, you want to charge your device up fully before you start doing the upgrades and any downloads that might need to be done at first. And then I'll come back later and play around with it, get some videos, and add it to this video at the end. Oh, and this looks like the lens protectors. Right, I saw this in another video that somebody did. These are little caps that cover the lenses. They're inside this little protective thing here so that you can put them on top here and protect the lenses from getting scratched. They do make glass lens covers that won't get scratched up, so you can probably check under those if you get one of these. And it looks like, if I'm correct, this looks like it has it has a little case for it. This is really kind of nice because, you know, when you travel around like I do a lot, having a little case to keep it protected and keep it from getting scratched up is very nice. This slips in there, and you do this, you put this housing on your Insta360. It helps it stay cooler because these do run and get hot, at least from what I've heard. And while they're running, they get warm, especially if you're using them on the maximum setting of 8K, 30 frames per second. It does record in 8K, which is, some of you are probably scratching your head going, 8K, what's that? It's 2 cameras. Each camera is going to record in 4K. And that's going to give you the best picture quality. So what they say is 8K because it's actually 4K times 2 because you have 2 lenses. What else comes in the case here? It looks like there's a little carrying case. You've got little spots here inside the case where you can put your SD card and store them in there. You've got a lens cleaner. The GoPros are pretty rugged. I haven't had a problem with those, but my G7 that I have, I really keep the lens cap on it. I also keep covers on top of them to keep the dust off of them. So I showed you the unboxing that I did about a week ago, but I'm going to show you in just a minute some of the footage that I've been taking on this little camera and why I'm excited about it. And it's anything that I've been experiencing from using it in a week. And so there's been a couple of things. See, I'm used to using cameras. I have GoPros, I have DJI Action Cam 2, I have an Osmo Action, I have a drone, I have all these other cameras, but this one's a lot different. And so I'm going to go through some of the things that I've been experiencing and then show you some of the footage that I've been taking with it. That hopefully by me sharing them with you right now, it'll help any of you out there that are content creators and you're thinking about using one of these. I'll give you some heads up on certain things. So first, let's jump to the camera itself. It's the Insta360. I also got the little tripod to go with it. Now this tripod I really like. The only thing that I might suggest for you, those of you who are looking into a tripod, this one doesn't quite go up as high as I would like it, but it works okay. It goes about 4.5 feet. It really would be good to have one that go about 5.5 feet. It works great for a selfie stick or holding on to it. It gets kind of, when you do record videos on this using the Insta360, you're not going to see it in the video because it hides. It's like one of those hiding cameras. So you can run this out all the way, and so it shows you, kind of shows you how long it is. This table's about probably about 4.5 feet, so it's about 4.5 feet. And of course, it's got a tripod on the end, so you can open this up and stand it up on somewhere. But it's running into my lamps up there. I think they run about $22 on Amazon, so I'll put a link for this Insta360 tripod extension. They do make one that's a little longer. You might want to look into that if you want something a little bit higher and you want to set it down and leave it there, and you want something a little bit higher. It does come with a little guard. This is supposed to help keep it cool, because I do notice, I mean, I live in Arizona, and last week when I was using it, it's 108 degrees outside. And so it did get a little bit hot. And I would run it for maybe a minute at a time, take a shot, set it up, run a minute at a time. And after about 5 or 6 shots, 6 minutes of using it, it would get kind of warm. So it did help dissipate some of the heat, this little guard that you can attach to it. So I'm going to show you some of the footage that I've taken with this. I haven't really explored all the options. It turns on, comes on pretty fast. See there, it came on in about 6 seconds or 5 seconds. I have mine set to 8K 30. And you have different resolutions you can set it on, 8K, 5.7K plus, I'm not quite sure what that means, 5.7K, then you have 4K, but I just set it at 8K, and you have an option of frame rate 30 or frame rate 25 or 24. And I just leave it at 8K and 30 frames per second, which is kind of a standard. The DJI Action 2 that I'm filming on right now is set for, I think I have it set for 2.7 at 30. If I go outside, sometimes I set it up higher for 4K. And a lot of your cameras, just like the DJI cameras, the GoPro cameras, actually the GoPros, yeah, they do get hot. All the cameras do get a little bit hot, so that's not unusual. And considering I was out in 108 degrees in Arizona and running this for about 20 minutes, it didn't do too bad. Shut it off. It's got a little place right here on the side where you can open it up, a little compartment. Just take your thumb and fingernail and flip it open. There's the USB-C charging port. It also is you can plug this into your computer and transfer files right over to your computer directly from the unit. Then close that, so that makes sure it's waterproof. Then here's the battery. You pinch these together. There it just popped. Pinch those two together and the battery compartment pops open. There's my lithium battery. So push it in and it locks back in. Now, this battery is an upgrade over the X3 that came out earlier a couple of years ago. It's supposed to have a little bit longer runtime. When I used this last week at 108 degrees in the evening, of course it was hot, really hot. The lowest the battery got down to was like 70%. So it wasn't too bad. I used it for about 20 minutes. And so I'll show you some footage that I've been taking on this. The reason I bought this, I do a lot of videos outdoors. My wife and I travel. We have a travel channel, as some of you may be watching this, Holiday for Two. But I just started a channel called Arizona 360, and I'm going to be going around Arizona and doing 360-degree videos of places, people, and things around the state of Arizona, and just showing you kind of doing a 360 view of some really cool places. Places like museums, national parks, maybe events outside, things like that. Just kind of give you a little bit of perspective of Arizona in a 360 perspective. Let's go ahead and jump to the footage, and I'll show you some of the footage and tell you a little bit about it. Here we go. So this is one of my first things I try to do, a little time lapse. I went over to our shopping area close by where we live, Westgate, did a walking video holding it up over my head. I recorded these all, by the way, in 5K, 5.7K, 30 frames per second. And the only reason I did that is because I had heard it would be better for low light. But I'm starting to rethink that maybe I'm going to try to get an 8K with 30. And I'll show you why in just a second. These actually came out pretty good. So if you're doing this kind of a video, 5.7 isn't bad at all. But watch. Look what happens when I zoom in. And this is recorded at 5.7 at low light. And I also wanted to record the sound.
Summertime, then the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high.
It's really not too bad, isn't it? But it's the picture quality starts to get fuzzy as I zoom in. Notice that. That's, I think, because I did it at 5.7. So I'll try this again later on at 8K, and I might tweak some of the manual settings. Now, if you, I recommend highly downloading the Insta360 Studio app. It's a free download. Great app. You can get all the files right off the camera and put them into your computer, put them onto an external drive like I did, load them up, and then you can edit them right on your desktop. And there's a lot of things you can do with the file right there on your desktop. And this is free. You can set a start point and end point. I'll show you how to do that right there. Hit the little bookmark for my start point, and then I'm going to zoom up to the end and set an ending point here in a second by hitting the little bookmark there for the end point. Now, once I did that, it sets a beginning and end point. I can also go in and do other things to it. I can set, main screens where I want it to zoom to or zoom in and out of. You can use the Color Plus app, which kind of boosts the colors a little bit. There's other things you can do in the app, change exposure. There's motion, all these things you can do right in the app. It's really neat. Contrast, saturation, definition. You can even change it to a time lapse. Down below there's some little apps that you can use within the app to change it to a time lapse. And once you get everything set like you want it, all of your zoom in, zoom outs, things like that, changing the contrast, you can see how it's doing right there. Then once you get all that done, you export it. This is going to export it to your desktop. You can export as a reframe video or a 360 video. You're going to put your title in there. And I also recommend the highest bit rate that you can set. And I think I set this one at 200. Let me check and tell you here. Yeah, I just went ahead and used 200. That's the highest bit rate. That gives you a better quality. When you get everything set, you can also adjust the whether you want it. It's an H.264 or H.265. And then start the export. And it takes a few seconds. Once you get that export on your computer, then it's going to look like this. And I added some music. Has a little time lapse here. Watch for the links below in the description for the camera and other things that I'm using, in case you're interested in checking them out. I was just playing around, having some fun. But isn't that cool? I just think that's so neat. So I hope you like this. Hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check below in the description for links to everything you saw that I use. Have a great day. Have fun. Bye.